The WGAL News 8 storm team is tracking Hurricane Dorian, and Matt Binder is here with the latest. Matt.
That's right. Well, when it comes to Dorian, we need to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. Currently, right now, it's moving west-northwest at just 1 mile an hour, just kind of wobbling through the Bahamas. This is the Grand Island of Bahama right there, and it's just to the northeast of Freeport. Its winds have come down. It's now a Category 4 storm, and the pressure is going up, which is an indication this is slightly weakening. So that's somewhat good. And also for a hurricane, this is a rather compact storm. This is a smaller size hurricane right here, so that's good. In fact, if we take a look at the wind field right now, the hurricane and tropical storm force winds are still situated over the Bahamas. Just some lighter winds brushing up against the Florida coast, and with that slow movement, it might take a while before it reaches the coast. The bad, though, is with that slow motion and with any kind of curve in its path, it's going to affect quite a lot of people from the Florida coast up towards the Carolinas. So tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, it's positioned here off the Florida coast, and it takes until Wednesday just to get to the east of Daytona Beach. Then we're looking at Thursday affecting the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina, throughout the early morning hours of Friday before it finally ends up out to sea. And this little swath that you see right here is where the center of the hurricane could pass. So it's completely possible that the core of that storm can go up the east coast of Florida. So right now it's in the Bahamas as a Category 4 storm with storm surges over 20 feet. We're looking midweek with dangerous storm surges, possible hurricane force winds along the Florida coast. And we're looking more towards the later part of this week for 5 to 10 inches of rain in the Carolinas, some isolated heavier rainfalls. But it is Labor Day, and around here we'll see a lot of clouds with some peaks of sun, and we'll have some scattered storms this afternoon that we're following. And I'll be back with the rest of the forecast details later. Susan?
All right, thank you, Matt. Breaking news.
Locally, we've had a heavier shower pop up in northern York County and some showers developing in northern Lancaster County that will be moving through in the next hour or so. But if we go back in time to earlier this morning, we did have some heavier rain move across the upper parts of the Susquehanna Valley with some rumbles of thunder in there. And if we take a look at how much rain fell, this little blue stripe here with some reds in there is approaching an inch or over an inch of rainfall. But notice right along the Mason-Dixon line, no rainfall earlier this morning. However, as we head throughout the afternoon, we're going to see some showers and thunder showers popping up here. That's our News 8 Storm Team forecast for Hershey and the rest of the Susquehanna Valley. More clouds than sun today. A temperature close to 80 degrees and humid conditions that will continue as we head into the overnight hours, as our skies will clear overnight, though. So look us down into the mid-60s, and tomorrow will be a little bit different. It will be drier. A seasonal day for this time of year, mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid-80s. So taking a look at this afternoon, though, the Severe Storms Lab has us in a marginal risk for some severe weather. That means there's a chance with some of these thunderstorms popping up of some severe weather. So we'll be following that here in the Weather Center. Temperatures right now, though, not really too warm. Lower parts of the valley in the upper 70s, lower 70s in the upper parts of the valley. Shamokin at 70, Lebanon 68 right now. There's a 78 though in York and Gettysburg 79. And if we take a look at the dew point, which is a measure of how sticky the air is, the higher these numbers are, the stickier it is, and there's plenty of moisture out there to work with, and that's why we're seeing some of these scattered showers developing here in southern Lebanon, moving into Lancaster County. And then there's another round associated with a cold front in northwestern Pennsylvania right now. It's going to take some time to get down here, and this is going to affect us as we get a little bit closer to the evening hours. But Hurricane Dorian, I mentioned the good and the bad earlier in the hour, but the ugly is it's just been sitting here over. This is the Grand Bahama right here, and just a lot of devastation on the island, and it's not moving very quickly at all, just 1 mile an hour right now. If we go ahead and take a look at its projected path, again, I want to stress this is the official National Hurricane Center path. But with this cone right here that you see, the center of the storm can go anywhere within that cone. And notice a little bit of a jog to the left, and it will be brushing parts of Florida, even into Georgia and South Carolina. As we head through time, that path area gets wider. But again, that's just the center of the hurricane. The wind field expands outside of the hurricane. So I have two different computer models here in two different colors. This is the wind field of Hurricane Dorian. As we go through time, you'll see that different computer models have the wind field affecting central parts of Florida as well as the east coast of Florida. And then that pattern will continue as it heads up the coast. Even if Dorian stays off the coast, there will be some effects that Dorian will bring to the southeastern United States. And one of those could also be precipitation. This is one of our models, and you see this orange-red color here that kind of goes right up the eastern seaboard all the way from Florida to southern North Carolina. You're looking at 5 inches or so, some places upwards of 10. So there's potential for a lot of moisture. So I want to point out Dorian right here as our News 8 predictor. I want you just to focus that the showers that we have here over the next several days are not associated with Dorian at all. As we get to some clearing tomorrow, as we head into the day on Wednesday, a cold front is going to swing through, and that's going to act as a broom to kind of keep Dorian off to the south and out to sea. So on our local News 8 predictor one more time, this afternoon there are those scattered showers, then we start to clear out overnight. Tomorrow's a sunny day, and then that broom, that cold front comes through on Wednesday and gives us another round of scattered afternoon showers in the middle part of the afternoon. So our weather review is all eyes are on Dorian. We'll be following it here, of course, on News 8. A few storms later today, but a dry Tuesday coming up, and basically a dry 7-day forecast with the exception of those rain showers that are moving through on Wednesday.
All right, and in the 70s, not too bad.
In the 70s, not too bad, yep.
All right, thanks, Matt. Nice to have you here.